Hello friends, my name is Helly and I'm here to teach you how to make the things you love. Do help me keep this channel going by liking and commenting on this video. Now let's get started with the tutorial. The materials needed for this tutorial are any 3 colors of yarn to make the flower photo card holder. The bunny photo card holder will only need 1 color of yarn, and I will be using 4-ply yarn and a 3mm crochet hook. You will need felt fabric in black and pink for the bunny, but if you don't have any, then you can just sew it with yarn. You will need a hot glue gun or fabric glue to glue on the flower onto your photo card holder, but again you can also sew it. Then you will need a darning needle and scissors. Lastly, a keyring like this, or you can just use yarn for it. Before we start, I'm going to explain some things. The written pattern for this tutorial is available in the description box, and English subtitles are available if you need it. In this tutorial, I will be showing you how to make the flower photo card holder from finish to end and how to make the ears for the bunny. I won't be showing you these steps to make the bunny photo card from start to finish because it will be the same step as the flower photo card holder, just there's a difference in the total number of stitches. So as a reference, this photo card is 8 centimeters and 11 centimeters here, and for this one is 6.5 centimeters and 9.5 centimeters here. And as you can see, this one fits like a normal photo card, while this one fits a photo card with a top loader. So I'm going to use this as my reference. So first you're going to make a slip knot. Now we're going to chain 20, or you can just chain until it's slightly bigger than your photo card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So as you can see, this is the same width as my photo card, but I added some more chain right here just to give it some space so that it's easier to put your photo cards into the photo card holder. Now we're going to get started with round 2. So first you're going to chain 1. So the chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch, it just acts as your turning chain. Now we're going to go ahead and insert 20 single crochet. Now start in the second chain and insert 1 single crochet. So just continue inserting 1 single crochet all the way down here. Now go ahead and chain 1 and turn your work, and I'm going to carry this end with me as I work over my single crochet just so that I don't have to weave it in. So I'm going to put it on top of my hook like this and continue making 1 single crochet all the way down here. Once I have this much left for my end, I'm just going to cut it and continue working 1 single crochet until the end. Now all you need to do is repeat this step until round 28, or just keep crocheting until the back piece is slightly bigger than your picture. As you can see, the back piece is slightly taller than my photo card and the width is slightly bigger than my photo card. To finish this off, just chain 1 and you're going to cut your yarn and pull through, and then pull this end to tighten up the chain 1. So this is going to be your back piece, and now we're going to move on to the front piece. So to start with the front piece, you're going to do a slip knot again. Now you are going to chain the same number of chains that you did for the back piece. So for the back piece, I did 20 chains. So for the front piece, I am also going to do 20 chains. So go ahead and chain the same number of chains as the back piece. So moving on to round 2, first you're going to chain 1. This is going to be your turning chain, and then you're going to insert 1 single crochet all the way down until your last stitch here. So just insert your hook into the second chain right here and insert 1 single crochet all the way down. So once you are done with round 2, go ahead and chain 1 and then turn your work, and then you're going to carry this end with you as you work over the single crochets so that you don't have to weave it in. And just continue inserting one single crochet all the way down here. So you're going to do this until round 8. And if you want a thicker border right here and right here, then go ahead and add more rounds. But I'm just going to stop until round 8. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just going to cut this end because I think I have carried it enough. And continue inserting one single crochet until round 8. Now once you are done, we're going to do this side right here. We're going to do this side first. So first you're going to chain 1 and then turn your work, and I'm going to do 5 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work again, and I'm going to do 5 single crochet. So I'm going to do this until round 12. However, if you have different number of rounds than me, then you have to do these calculations to decide how many rounds you need to do for this side. So to calculate the total number of rounds for the side, the total number of rounds or rows for the back piece, as of for me it is 28, minus the total number of rounds for the bottom border times 2. As of for me it is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 2, which is 16 minus 1. So the total number of rounds for the side 1 here is going to be 12 rounds for me. So I'm going to continue inserting 5 single crochet until round 12. So I've done mine until round 12. So to fasten off, I'm just going to chain 1 and cut my yarn, pull through and pull the end to tighten up the chain 1. So this is going to be this side 1. Now we're going to do this side 2 right here. So you're going to attach your yarn into the first stitch right here. So go ahead and insert your hook and make a loop like this and put it on top of your hook, and make sure that you hold the end at the back to have some control over the yarn. And I'm going to pull through my yarn to this stitch and chain 1. Now you're going to carry this end as you make this single crochet. So your chain 1 unravels. Now I'm going to insert 1 single crochet into the same stitch. So insert your hook and make 1 single crochet into the same stitch. And I'm going to continue making 5 single crochet. So I have 1 right here, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then chain 1 and turn my work. Now I'm going to continue crocheting the same number of single crochet as the other side, which is 5 single crochet, but I will add 1 more round than the other side. So basically I'm going to do this until round 13. So on this side I have done until 13 rounds, and this side have 12 rounds. So I'm going to connect these two sides by chaining the difference that I have right here. So as I did a total of 20 single crochet for the back and front piece, I will just minus the single crochet that I did for both sides. So basically 20 minus 5 here and 5 here equal to 10. So I have to do 10 chains here, then connect it right here. So basically there are going to be 2 methods on how you're going to start the chains. So as you can see, I have my working yarn right here. So I'm just going to make the chains like normal. So I'm going to do 10 chains, 1, 2, 3, 10, and I'm going to insert my hook into the first stitch right here and connect the 2 sides by making 1 single crochet, and just continue inserting 1 single crochet until the end. Now this is the front piece for the bunny photo card holder. So as you can see, I have done until my last round right here, which is round 18, but my working yarn ended up being on this side rather on this side. So if your working yarn ended up being on this side when you finish your round for this side, what you're going to do is you are just going to chain 1 and turn your work, and you're going to insert a slip stitch in each of these stitches. So insert your hook into the first stitch and make a slip stitch. Then you're going to start chaining the difference. So I'm going to chain 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Then just connect it by inserting 1 single crochet into the first stitch. And continue inserting 1 single crochet until the end. You're going to chain 1 and turn your work, and all you need to do is insert 1 single crochet until the end right here. However, when you're inserting the 1 single crochet for this side, instead of inserting it into the slip stitch, you're going to insert it into the single crochet stitch right here. So just go through the bottom of your slip stitch and insert your hook. And as you can see, this is how it's going to look like at the front. And just make your single crochet as usual until the end, and just continue with the pattern. So now I'm going to continue with this. So now I'm just going to continue inserting 1 single crochet until the end. So this is my second single crochet. 3, 4 and 5, and now chain 1 and turn your work. Since I did 8 rounds for the bottom border right here, I will have to do 8 rounds for the top too. So now you're just going to go ahead and insert 1 single crochet in each stitch, including the chains here. So I'm going to make 5 single crochet first for this side. I'm going to carry the end as I work over the single crochet. So I have 10 chains right here, so I will have to make sure that I make 10 single crochet here. So instead of going through the top stitch right here, I am going to go through the back bumps. So the first back bumps is going to be hidden here. As you can see, I really hope you can see it. It looks really small here, so make sure that you get into it here. And just use your nail to get into it because it's easier this way. And just make 1 single crochet. And then the next back bump right here. This will ensure that you have a really clean line for the border. But if this is hard for you, then just go ahead and insert your single crochet through the top stitch. So this is going to be my last back bump, and continue inserting 1 single crochet on this side. And now chain 1 and turn your work and insert 1 single crochet in each stitch until it is the same round as the bottom border right here. So since I did 8 rounds for the bottom border right here, I am also going to do 8 rounds for the top. So the top and bottom border should be the same number of rounds. So for mine, I should have 8 here and I should have 8 here. So I have done until round 8. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds here. So once you are done, we're going to join this front piece and back piece together by making 1 single crochet in each of these stitch all around until here. So first I'm going to chain 1 and I'm going to insert my hook into this stitch right here. And make sure that this end is facing upwards instead of it being like this, because this end indicates this is the top part of your back piece. So I'm going to insert it through the first stitch right here and make 1 single crochet into it. and just align the two pieces together and just insert one single crochet in each of the rows. So you're just going to insert your hook through the side of your front and back piece and single crochet it together like this, and make sure that you just insert it through the side of both pieces. When joining it together like this, you will have to make sure that both sides are aligned so that it's not crooked or anything. So go ahead and do this until you reach here. Now this is how it's going to look like all joined up. What you're going to do is just chain 1 and cut your yarn. Then pull through and tighten up the chain 1. Now all you need to do is take your darning needle and weave in the ends at the back side right here. And I even put in a photocard inside just to show you how it's going to look like before you glue on the flower on top. This is how it's going to look like. And now once you are done, we're going to move on to make this flower and the leaf. So for the flower, I am going to start by making a slip knot. And then I'm going to make 29 chains. So if your photocard holder is bigger than mine, then you will have to chain more than 29 chains. So this is going to be totally up to you whether you guys want a bigger or smaller flower. So I'm going to be chaining 29 first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once you have 29 chains or more, or even less, you are going to go ahead and slip stitch into the first stitch right here. So you're going to make a circle like this, and then you're going to insert your hook into the top loop right here. Make sure that the chains are facing forward and are straight like this. So insert your hook into the top loop, and you're going to go ahead and make a slip stitch. Now you have a big circle like this. So this is going to act kind of like a magic ring, but it's not really a magic ring. It's just a circle, and you're going to insert all of your single crochet into your circle here. So I'm going to chain 1 and I'm going to insert 42 single crochet into my circle. So if you have more or less than 29 chains, just go ahead and insert your single crochet until all of the chains are covered, and make sure that the total number of single crochet that you insert into your circle is divisible by 7. So I'm going to insert my hook into the circle and make 42 single crochet, or just until all of the chains are covered. And when holding the circle, it is better if you hold it this way, because you are going to have more control if you hold it like this. And I would suggest that when you insert your single crochet, make sure that there is no gap in between like this. You can see there is a gap like that. So what you're going to do is you're just going to push this single crochet like this to make sure that there is no gap in between. And as you can see, there is a gap right here. So I'm going to push this single crochet like this. So this is going to make sure that all of these single crochet are close together. This will provide a much cleaner look to your flower later on. So I have here with me 42 single crochet, and to finish off this round, I am going to make a slip stitch into the first stitch right here. And as you can see, I also carried my end with me as I work over the single crochet. And now we're going to start making the petals. So to start, you're going to chain 1, and we're going to insert a slip stitch into the first stitch right here that we just inserted a slip stitch. So insert your hook and make a slip stitch, and we're going to make half double crochet into the second stitch, and then double crochet into the third stitch, and 5 treble crochets into the next stitch. So yarn over 2 times and insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop and pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. So do this for 5 times. 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then double crochet into the next stitch and half double crochet into the next stitch. So you're going to repeat this pattern until the end right here. So basically, since our single crochet is divisible by 7, so for mine, 42 divided by 7 is going to be 7. So by the end of this, I should have 7 petals. So that is how you're going to see whether you have a right number of petals or not. So I'm going to continue this until the end right here. So I should have one last stitch here, but instead of doing a slip stitch into the last stitch, I'm going to insert it into my first slip stitch here. So I'm going to insert it into the part where I did my slip stitch and make a slip stitch there. And then I'm just going to cut my yarn and pull through. And then you're going to take your darning needle and we're going to weave in this excess yarn to the back. So I'm going to insert it through the same place that I did my slip stitch. And I'm going to pull it and turn my work to the back and just weave in this excess yarn. And I'm going to cut this excess yarn and also this end that I carried. So this is how the flower will look like, and as you can see, it is kind of weird and wiggly, but once you sew it or glue it onto your top loader, you are going to keep it in shape and make sure that it looks nice. Okay, so now let's move on to the leaf. So to start, we're going to make a slip knot. And I'm going to chain 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then I'm going to do a slip stitch into the second chain. So insert your hook into the second chain and make a slip stitch. And then I'm going to insert a single crochet into the next stitch, and then half double crochet into the next, and double crochet into the next stitch. And we're going to do 2 treble crochet into the next stitch. So basically a treble crochet increase. One, 2, and double crochet into the next stitch, and half double crochet into the next, and then single crochet into the next stitch and make a slip stitch into the last stitch. Now to continue, we're going to start working on the other side right here. So we're going to slip stitch into the same stitch. So insert your hook and make a slip stitch. And then 1 single crochet into the next stitch, which is here. As you can see, there is a gap there. So insert your hook and make 1 single crochet, and then half double crochet into the next, and then double crochet into the next stitch, and then treble crochet increase into the next stitch. You can see we have 2 treble crochet increase on the other side, so just insert it into the same space. One, and 2 treble crochet, and then double crochet into the next stitch, and half double crochet into the next, and then single crochet into the next stitch, and make a slip stitch into your last stitch here. So now you're just going to chain 1 and cut your yarn and pull through, and then just tighten up your chain 1. So this is how the leaf will look like. So you're going to repeat this and make 1 more leaf, and also you're going to weave in this excess yarn to the back. Once you have all the pieces, which is the flower, leaf, and also the photo card holder, what you're going to do is you can just sew it onto the photo card like this. As you can see, I pinned all of the pieces just so that it doesn't move around when I glue it on. And also when you put the flower on top of your photo card holder, make sure that you cover all of these sides. As you can see from the front, you can't really see the sides. However, from the side, you should be able to see just a little. So this is how I'm going to place my pieces, and now I'm going to glue it on with a hot glue gun, and you can choose where to sew it or glue it on. So this is how it looks like all glued up. I have glued on the leaf and also the flower. So now we're going to do this strap. You can just use this kind of keyring and put it just like this. Another way to do it is just making this strap with your yarn. So you're going to insert your hook into the middle of the top stitch. So I'm going to count from the first stitch right here. So the middle of my photo card holder should be 10, since I have a total of 20 stitches, so 20 divided by 2 is 10. So I'm going to count it from the first stitch here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 here. So I'm going to insert my hook. And first thing first, you're going to do a slip knot and leave a long end like this to weave it in later on. And I'm going to insert it into my hook. And you're going to hold the end at the back so that you have control over the yarn. And now I'm going to pull through and chain 1. And then I'm just going to continue chaining until I have my desired length. And I will chain 25 chains, including the first one here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to insert my hook through the back piece. So I'm going to insert it at the back piece, but I'm going to insert it at the side here. So I'm going to insert my hook, and I'm going to make a slip stitch, and then I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to cut my yarn, pull through, and tighten up the chain 1 by pulling the end. So this is how these straps are going to look like. And now all you need to do is you're just going to weave in these 2 ends inside of the photo card holder. So this is how the final result looks like for the flower photo card holder. Now I'm going to show you the steps on how to crochet this ears for the bunny. So as you can see, I have done all the back piece and also the front piece, and I have also joined it up all together. Now we're going to move on to the ears. So to start, you're going to do a slip knot. Then you're going to chain 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then you're going to skip 2 stitches here, and you're going to make 7 double crochet. So skip the first 2 stitches. So insert your hook into the next and continue making 1 double crochet. Then into the next again, 1 double crochet until you have a total of 7 double crochet. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then in our last stitch, we're going to insert 3 double crochet, 1, and insert 1 double crochet again into the same stitch, 2, and insert 1 double crochet again into the same stitch, 3. Now we are going to work on the other side. So insert your hook into the next stitch, which is right here, and make 1 double crochet. So you will have to make a total of 7 double crochet until the end here. So this is our first double crochet, and insert your hook into the next and make 1 double crochet. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now chain 1 and cut your yarn and leave a long end so you can use the yarn to sew it on, and pull through and just pull the end to tighten up the chain 1. And now go ahead and make 1 more. So once you have your 2 ears, what you're going to do is we are going to sew the ears on top of the photocard holder. So you have to find where the middle of your photocard holder is and also where you want to place the ears. So as of for mine, I am going to skip 3 stitches here and 3 stitches here. So this is my first stitch right here, second and third, and I'm going to start sewing here. So this is how I'm going to sew it on. So my working yarn is on my left side, so I'm going to start sewing from the left. So 1, 2, 3 stitches that I'm going to skip. So I'm going to start sewing here. So where you want to place your ears and how you sew it is totally up to you. There is no right or wrong to sew it on. I am just showing you an example on how I sew it so that you have your reference. So once you are done sewing it on, just weave in the excess yarn to the back. Just weave in the excess yarn inside the photocard holder. And cut it. And that is how I sew it on. Now go ahead and sew on the other ear here. So I have done sewing both of the ears, as you can see. Now all you need to do for this is just add the pink felt, or you can just sew on a pink yarn, and also the eyes too. I use felt fabric for this too. You can also sew it on with a black yarn, and I also added some keyring at the back. But if you don't have this, just go ahead and do this method which I showed you before, and you are done. So that's it for the tutorial. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again.